look, I don't want to make people upset. All right. And I feel like I'm going to make people upset. But I felt just a little disclaimer about the scenery. I am doing some things with my apartment that uh, doesn't allow me to be there. So this is gonna be the environment for a little bit. Deal with it. So we went to go see Micheal, and for the most part, the movie was really, really good. And a lot of the problems that I had with it only came from feeling like the movie was way too short. Guys, I know the lighting for this video is horrid, but hey, show must go on. The video's coming out later. I'll fix everything. But for this review, it's gonna have to be like this. Sorry. The only reason why I feel the way I feel is because I feel like the movie was too short. And my girlfriend and I walked out of this feeling lukewarm, bittersweet. And that's a damn shame, because throughout the whole movie, we was dancing in the theater. We were in awe at some of the things that they were able to recreate and do. There were a couple moments in this movie. They recreated the thriller scene. I'm for sure everyone's seen it. It's been clipped. It's all over YouTube, all over TikTok. They recreated that scene, and let me tell you, man, I felt like I felt like I was there. I was a part of the crew watching Micheal go through the choreo, do the dance, watching all of the background actors. They were able to recreate that, and that is amazing. That's a masterclass. That's all you could ask for. This movie felt authentic. It felt genuine. And shout out to Jafar Jackson. Shout out to Jafar Jackson. He did his thing, and he did it very well. I think that there is absolutely no way you can find someone that looks more like Michael Jackson than his kin. There's some people online say that he looks nothing like him. Well, okay. What are you gonna do? This is the closest we are going to get to someone looking like Michael Jackson. Do you know why? Because he's his fucking nephew. I can guarantee you there is not a single person on this planet that looks more like Michael Jackson, barring like some crazy plastic surgery or some facial reconstruction, than Jafar Jackson. And I mean that. And I'm someone that is like, I obviously that's not Michael Jackson, right? And you have to sit there and you have to see him be Michael Jackson. And it can be a little off-putting at times because, yeah, he's not a spit image of Michael Jackson. This is not his brother. This is his nephew. So this is like what, one generation down? It's not gonna be perfect, but they did a pretty damn good job. They did a pretty damn good job with the makeup, the whole moment in the movie where he was, very, very self-conscious about his nose and that whole surgery. And the movie as a whole went through his life in different time increments. It started from the 70s, and I believe it ended in 84 or 87 was the last year that we saw how Michael was in this movie. And you see him grow up. You see him start as a little kid in the Jackson 5. And, by the way, I'm getting all the good out of the way, because I really did enjoy this movie till the very end, yo. Like, I would rate this movie very high, and I can understand why some people didn't like it. I've seen that there's reviews that it's got pretty low reviews. I can understand why people didn't like it, because the way me and my girl left the theater is probably how a lot of people left the theater, okay? But I'm gonna get all the good out the way, because this movie was very good. I'll keep it a buck. It was good. I felt the soul. I felt the family element to it. His family plays a very big part in this movie, and you see it all through the time increments that it takes you, starting from the 70s, and then you get all the way to 1987. I was born in 2000, man. All right, so I just joined. I hopped on the bandwagon. Okay, respectfully, I hopped on the bandwagon. I was born in 2000. Michael Jackson died in 2009. All right, so I missed all of his career. Okay, seeing something like, and obviously we don't know how true it is. His brothers produced it, so I'm assuming that they kept it as true as they possibly could without disrespecting the great Michael Jackson. So seeing what their life was like and what they had to go through with their father was very interesting, because while Michael is the reason for the success, I'm sorry, y'all, but Joseph Jackson was definitely he was needed in part. He had a part in that. He had a part in that, and I'll say he had a pretty big slice. If what everything that we're seeing is that they depicted in this film is accurate, Joseph Jackson had a pretty big part in the upbringing of Michael Jackson. Okay, they even have a line in there where Michael Jackson's mom, played by Nia Long, says that all of this family success is predicated on him. It's because of him. And I remember looking at Erica, and I remember being like, well, I could see how you'd say that, but at the same time, I mean, it does start from somewhere. Joseph Jackson was taking them on tour, driving them, making sure that they were on time for their shows, making sure that they were always rehearsing. It starts from somewhere, and the whole family dynamic was beautiful. It was great. It was great. He had one line. There was one scene where he was talking to a doctor, and the doctor was asking him if the vitiligo was spreading, and he said it was spreading, and that was it. That was the only scene we got about his vitiligo. And when I'm watching a biopic, of course I want to see all the successes, all the good that the person has came across, through his life. But I also, the movie watcher in me, the listener of stories, if you will, in me wants to know the bad as well. Okay, and that's obviously not me saying vitiligo is bad, but that's something that Michael Jackson was very self-conscious about. Obviously, for anyone that knows who Michael Jackson is, and they didn't have any moments, with dealing with that, and I would have loved to see their version of how he dealt with his vitiligo. There were a lot of things that I didn't even know. Mind you, again, I was born in 2000, y'all, okay? I was born in 2000. So I missed I missed everything that was in this movie. I missed everything. I wasn't alive for any of it. That shit, the movie ended with him being in 1987. Bro, there was some shit in here that I didn't even know happened. This whole Pepsi commercial. I know about the Pepsi commercial, but I didn't know why I knew about the Pepsi commercial. That's what made it so interesting. I've heard about this very famous Pepsi commercial that Michael Jackson was in. And I other than Michael Jackson being in it, I didn't know why it was so popular. Well, I found out that there was an accident on the set of this Pepsi commercial that really affected him. And shout out to the woman that me and my girlfriend were speaking to after the movie, because she enlightened me on some more information about it. When Michael Jackson went through that trauma of that accident with the whole Pepsi commercial, his hair on fire and his 3rd-degree burns, they had to drug him up. And I did some research after seeing the Pepsi commercial, and the internet also said that it was the start of his downfall. And what the lady that we were speaking to outside of the movie was saying is that that's what started the drugs, the downfall, if you will. There were some other stars in here. Miles Teller is in here. I forgot who the dude he was playing. I don't remember the dude he was playing, but he had an interesting role. He was someone that Michael Jackson could really trust. Another person that Michael Jackson really could trust was his driver. His driver obviously played a very big part in his life. I had to look his driver up as soon as I heard his name in the movie. Looked up pictures. They were very, very close. Dion Cole has a role in this film. I don't remember who he's playing, but he's playing. I did look up his character, the person he was playing. He was a promoter, a big promoter for boxing events and stuff like that. So there were a bunch of people in this movie. This movie, cast-wise, was very well. I thought it was acted very well. I thought it was directed very well. I thought they did some very interesting things, and it felt like it I don't know if this is going to rub people the wrong way, but it felt like Michael Jackson was back for 2 hours and 7 minutes. I loved his brothers in this movie. I went to Erica multiple times, and I was like, yo, I really love the dynamic he has with his brothers. I loved it. Honestly. Like, in this movie, it seemed like the father, obviously, Joseph Jackson, their dad, was forcing this upon them. Like, to me, that's what it looked like to me. It looked like to me that the brothers didn't really care if they were famous and in the music industry. The only thing that I got from their brothers is that they loved Michael. That is it. They truly loved Michael. I really enjoyed their dynamic with the brothers. Now we're going to shift to what I didn't like, and the crux of the reason why when I give my rating, that's why it's the rating. I feel like this movie was way too short, okay? And I know it was already 2 hours and 7 minutes. And we are now just crossing the threshold of movies that can kind of be 3 hours, but also they do get a bad rep because they have to keep a good level of entertainment going on for people to even want to sit in a movie in a room for 3 hours, watching a screen, right? You got superhero movies like Avengers, right? Those movies, people are going to sit in the theater for 3 hours because they're watching their favorite characters come to life, right? You got the Avatar movies where you got the people there for the story of Pandora, Avatar. They like the visual effects, the cinematography, the storytelling with that. It's grand, it's big, it's also a franchise that people love. So people are willing to sit in the theaters for 3 hours, right? To me, personally, I wouldn't mind sitting in the theater for an extra hour watching a Michael Jackson movie. That's just the way I feel. And I could be in the minority, but I feel strongly about that. I think that this movie should be at least an extra hour, maybe 45 minutes. 45 minutes to another hour, and I think that they could have just did more. I believe that some people felt shortened by this movie because there's a lot they didn't unpack. Right? They really just scratched the surface of what I feel could be the extra meat that's in this sandwich. Right? They barely brushed up on his vitiligo issue. There was just so much that they didn't talk about, and I'm for sure there was a whole bunch of legal problems, and they didn't want to give out so much information and speak on certain things. I know Janet Jackson didn't want to be involved with this project, and out of respect for Micheal probably, and there was a whole lot that they could not show us. I get that. That's why I'm going to rate this movie a 7 out of 10. Truly, guys, this movie, from the beginning it starts up until about like the last 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, it is a phenomenal movie. ABC, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. He's first singing that live with his brothers in the background. Like, they really recreated some fantastic moments that, again, I was born in 2000. I never got to see them past like seeing them on YouTube recorded in with a toenail in 180p, bro. In 180p, bro. That's the only footage that someone like me, born in the 2000s, would have to even watch something like that. And it really put a smile on my face. We all know there's more to the Michael Jackson story, and honestly, I left the theater thinking like, dang, are they about to do a sequel? Like, are they about to make this a 2-movie sort of thing? I don't think they are, no. I don't think they are. But what did you guys think about the movie Micheal? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you feel how I felt, which was, I guess you can say, lukewarm? I'd say more than lukewarm, because I really enjoyed this movie, and I was only let down because I just felt like there was more story to tell. What do y'all think? I think I already said, let me know in the comment section. Well, I don't know if I'm repeating stuff, but yeah, 7 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Leave a like, do the thing you do when you subscribe, share with your friends, man, and I'll see y'all in the next video.
Look, 1, 2, 3, release them.
Hey guys, this is William Thomas Alexander, host of 3FN, and I just want to thank you guys for your support. I know I've been away for about 2 weeks, but again, I have been making some decisions with my apartment that are not enabling me to be there right now. So I am at a new location, and yeah, so that's why you see the scenery change. But I'm still gonna get this content out for you. I'm off my 2-week hiatus, and I'm back. I got a whole bunch of things to react to on here, so make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment, please subscribe. And follow me on Twitch too, because I be streaming on Twitch as well. I haven't gamed in a little bit, but I will get back into the gaming world. Also, NBA playoffs are going crazy, so there's a whole bunch to unpack there. And yeah, there's just a whole bunch of content, okay? The reason why I'm changing my name to 3FN, it is not because it is 3 fuck nigga, but it is because I do have 3 first names, and I want to have a title that plays on that, and 3FN kind of rolls off the tongue, so we're gonna see if that sticks. So this is 3FN Reacts, and again, thank you guys for watching the video.